session, so we're here. Diehards are here.
Okay, yes, absolutely. Namaste, greetings everyone here and there. Tonight is our last Thursday session and in Canada, Calgary anyways. And so we're excited and to go away and yet, it's a great session. Today we thought we will talk about what is wrong with today. What is wrong with today? Why are we always waiting for tomorrow and the day after and always that? Yeah. So, So we, when it comes to today, before we get to that, we had a couple of questions from last time. Maybe we'd want to answer that and get started with that too, and then end with a really nice meditation today. So you had a question about conditioning, that how does one, it's so hard to change a belief.
Yeah, like if we were to rewrite our slate of life with actual conscious choices that we want in our life.
Yes.
Like with career and where to live, like how do we do that?
Yes.
Letting go of everything.
Yes. Yeah. So what has happened is we're in a different time. That's the best part. That's the good news. We're at a different time. So if we believe, we're not so bound by beliefs as we think we are. But when we think about a belief, we seem to be attached to it. But if you're not thinking, you will notice the belief is not taking a hold, because we've shifted time, we've shifted frequencies. So that means the source has changed, the energy has changed. So the old beliefs, old patterns are no longer that solid as they were before. They're not there. So we can quite easily now use them to our advantage if there's a memory of something like that, which would be by replacing a habit or a behavior pattern. As simple as that. We don't have to work like we did before on psychology and removing and then looking at our deeply at value systems. We can actually create something very quickly that will replace or add on to the old system, because nothing ever disappears. The memory of everything you've experienced, everything you've believed is there. They're not just memories. You have created a whole life from the memories. You acted on those memories, you believed them to be true. So they're solid now. They're solid structures, invisible structures that hold you, that hold your thought. Who am I? We think that it is our personality, our persona, our behavior patterns, our habits. So when we refer to the who am I, even though it's not in spiritual terms, it just means consciousness. But we come to the persona, the personality, and part of that is just belief systems. Otherwise, we're all the same. What makes us different is our belief systems, right? So good news is, real good news is that today's age, we don't have to do the work we did on ourselves before, because we're in a fast moving time. That means fast learning, fast habit creating. We were just talking about it today as to simple habits and a simple behavior change can actually add or not quite replace, but dilute something that's not working for you from before. So, and a lot of us don't know what's working and what's not working, because we've not examined our beliefs ever, right?
And there's a lot of people just lost.
Yes.
It doesn't fit, but they don't know where to go.
Yes.
Come up with an original idea about your life, and they don't know where to go.
Yeah. Then again, I'm coming back to the good news, which is the fast changing times. Here we're going to just hold to ourselves, our energy, with good breathing, good habits, and just live situation to situation. Because as much as we've got the big term goals, it's action oriented right now. We just keep taking action. The minute we start to think a lot, like worry a lot, not think, worry a lot, or fret over, or, we're done. How will it happen? Would it ever happen? Will it happen? So in today's age, in the world today, the best strategy for a good life is to really create goals. Goals and basically a plan of what you want to do here. So it should be an action plan, not always what I want to achieve and accomplish. What would I like to do in my time here? Okay? Even if it's making money, even if it's learning drama, dancing, language, whatever it is. So it is about what do I want to do? And then how am I going to do it? So have the what do I want to do first. Now, what do I want to do could also change, because it could be a life goal. It could be something you want, to very prolonged, beautiful goal. It could be monthly, yearly, or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. So we just start to write maybe and start to explore, write that out. Then the goals that, how will I do it? And then short-term goals, basically. And then into action. Action is so important. It has to be action, action, action. But action also is not, we could be running in one spot and getting nowhere, right? We've done that. We could just be churning over and over again, getting nowhere. That's why you need to have the goal. You need to have a checklist. If you don't have even a daily checklist, it throws you off, because it's really... the world is not chaotic, but right now it seems chaotic because we don't have very strong goals and clarity about what we want to do today. So even if you are not going to do what you first started, you thought you would do, you should still have a list of what you will do today. So nice, some really good pointers about this is that you should give yourself two kinds of time, which really work. One is think time. You need to have very good time where you can think about your goals. You can plan about your action plan, maybe rethink something, a strategy that you weren't able to come up with before. And through your thinking, you're going to access a lot of your intuition, your knowing, your desires, your ideas, so you can examine them through thinking. So thinking should not be just randomly like, oh, what is the weather? I have no idea. So if you're going to think about that, then get on the phone, check the weather, like take action, right? So it has to be thinking time, some thinking, good thinking time when you're not tired and when you're not getting into bed at night. It should really be during the day, maybe morning or something, where you give yourself 10 minutes, 20 minutes, maybe 2 times, 3 times. So don't try and think all the time, but take out quality time, sit with a pen, write down your ideas, maybe while you're having coffee or something like that, sitting alone at Starbucks, so you write down your ideas. So do think. Think with yourself. Now, if you want to think with people, you can actually do that too. So quality time for thinking and quality time for silence. There's got to be periods where you are not talking or listening. And that means without radio, that means without television, that means without the phone, whatever. So you are not talking and you're not listening. Now, these could be short periods. They don't need to be long. If you don't have an hour, you don't have to spend an hour. You could spend 10 minutes. You could spend 5 minutes, but do it often. So quality time for thinking, quality time for silence. And when you've got these two in place, that creates a very brilliant habit. Yeah. Another thing I've mentioned before, I'll mention again, that actually shifted my energy a lot. The quality of energy I was accessing was just waking up early. Yeah. Not always, it's hard to do if we don't push ourselves. It's hard to do, actually. It's a habit that we have to create. Yeah. So you have to, someone once said that they put an alarm on at 5:30. So this is, I'm talking about before sunrise. And they put an alarm at 5:30, but the alarm clock is not near the bed. It's way on the other side of the room. So they have no choice. They can't press that snooze or that button. So they have to get up and they have to go turn off the alarm. By the time you actually get out of the bed and find your clock, you are going to be awake. Yeah. And then what worked really good for me was instantly get into the bathroom, brush your teeth, and just put some cold water on the face. That actually got me going. So when it's cold in Canada, it's hard to go for a walk or do any exercise. But if you can 20 minutes, if you don't want to wake up anyone, you can 20 minutes just do some exercise, maybe walking on the spot. Today we were on the treadmill very early, 5:30. So, something like that. If nothing else, do yoga. If nothing else, but use the body, move the body. And so you're not looking at your phone at all. You're actually, first thing you're doing is doing some workout. Then you can actually drink some smoothie or something that you want to. If you're not up to it, you can just at this time do your meditation, because it's always good after your workout. So 20 minutes that, 20 minutes for that, 20 minutes to read something that will inspire you. And there's very good reading material out there. Something that inspires you. And you can keep changing that. Now so first hour is very important. And then you can actually do what you want. Because if you set this first hour, and this is before sunrise, it's amazing what unfolds after that. So in ancient cultures, they would get up before the sunrise, they would meditate, because the meditation was a lot deeper. So it's before the rays, the chemistry of the rays that comes, the reflection that comes. If you do it before that, you activate the body, your results are a lot better, your inspiration, your ideas, and it results just in good health. It actually also now dilutes the habits that are not going to be working for you, or belief patterns. So what I'm saying is, which is brilliant, because we, a while ago we would say work on the belief system, examine them, do this, but now actually don't be wasting your time. The minute you replace this system, this living system, first hour, and then this silent time and thinking time, which we're all doing anyways, If you're at the radio even, for instance, you may not want to, or in the car rather, you may not want to turn on the radio all the time. Yeah. So even that, helps. It's amazing, the minute you turn it off, there's silence. Okay. Then going to bed at night, these are just simple things that are so easy to do. At night, don't again look at the phone. Just cut off at a certain period. It's it's hard if you have a business and if you're doing international business because your time zones, but that's another story. Most of us can kind of get away and do this well. So the last hour of before you're going to go to sleep, again, you can meditate, you can do stretches, you can do yoga, you can read, or maybe not read, just be in silence. Now, when you go to bed in that, or just a nice zone, all of a sudden your dream states change. Most of our healing comes from the dreams. It doesn't happen in our awake states. A lot of our evolution, growth also, awakening comes in dream states. We wake up with the idea suddenly, because how is this awakening happening? We are awakening to something we didn't know before, right? That's awakening. You already have the knowledge. We all are enlightened, but we can't access that state of enlightenment, right? So awakening means to be able to wake up to that state, or the enlightened state. Now, it happens in dream states. A lot of your guides, your angels, your masters, a lot of them, when you are out of the way sleeping, that is where the work is done. It's very seldom when you have an active mind that you'll be able to receive that. So night state and sleeping is really, really important. So I'm just sharing some very beautiful things. We are... Today, even our talk was that, what's wrong with today? So nothing's wrong today. Nothing is wrong. And we've got to stop waiting that life will change tomorrow. Life will get better tomorrow. Another recipe or formula that I feel that works really well is that see beauty. See beauty in as many things as you can during the day. This is not work. This is not like a practice. This is not a spiritual practice. It's not. It's just something that makes you feel good. And that is so important when you feel good. Now, another step, when I'm out with people, it's very easy to see something very beautiful in everybody. If not a flower, if not just in the snow outside, if not just in a plant. You can see beauty anywhere if you want to see beauty. We don't have to find beauty. Beauty already is there. We just have to remember that I would like to see beauty. If you start to see the beauty, the state of beauty, or seeing the beauty, how does that feel? So let us just close our eyes for 1 minute or 2 minutes. And you can even look at a very chaotic situation or any experience that you've had during the day. And I want you to just see beauty in something, whatever you choose at this time. And then I want you to notice how your body is feeling at this time, that you're seeing this beauty. What is happening to the body? How is the mind doing? What is happening to the body? So let's feel that. Okay, how was that? How did you feel?
Nice and calm and happy and peaceful and just...
Okay, yeah. So within a minute, it doesn't change, you didn't change anything. You didn't change behaviors, you didn't change anything. You just saw beauty in something, and that's it. So, and it was immediate effect. Yeah. Now what happens is when you feel or see this beauty, it makes your heart blossom. You feel good. Now, what happens when you feel good? Most of your energy, a lot actually, the most of your energy, the highest electrical field, magnetic field is in your heart. Now, you're not thinking beauty. Here you experienced beauty. You saw it and you felt it. So when you feel something, you can only feel through the heart. Thinking is done through the head. Right? Yeah. So and instantly it changed your magnetic field, right? The minute you saw that, how quick the effect was through the entire body. Now what happens is, now let us take this a step further. So we've got a personal electrical field, which is the heart, the just amazing, miraculous equipment we have, organ we have, right? So when we do this, all these messages go to the brain and then throughout the body, this feel good. Feeling beauty. It's not just to feel good, it's just seeing beauty as it is, as life is. You didn't change a thing. Now this resonance, this heart resonance of beauty starts to attract similar type of experiences right away. Either way, you're attracting experiences as to how you feel, how the heart feels, right? So you could be, if you're feeling sorrow, you're going to attract something that actually will match that frequency, right? So the bigger heart, the universe, also has this heart. It's the bigger us, right? We are the micro, the macro is the universe. Now when this micro starts to beat with that resonance of beauty, right? All of a sudden, you start to attract everything that's matching the beauty into your life. And that's a huge shift we can create. We can create a huge shift. Otherwise, when we want certain things, to go into prayer, when you pray, you're praying for usually something that you don't have. It's very hard to convince. Because inside you have fear. It's very hard to convince yourself because you know you don't have it. It's not your reality. You're hoping. So prayer automatically takes you into the future. That I hope I will get this. That means it doesn't exist today. So now thoughtfully you're praying through the mind, but the heart is still feeling empty because you don't have that. So what are you going to attract from the universe? You're going to attract more emptiness because it's the language. It's the silent code that is working. So that's why prayers of asking don't work. But if you can start to see beauty, you will start to attract beauty in every field, every level, every aspect of your life. And this is where dreams come true. So put together in the bigger package, if we put this beauty, seeing beauty, with what we've already discussed, the daily routine, if we can create those habits very quickly, and it's easy, we've got a great package. Now, as I mentioned, that we are in such fast changing times where the old practices are not working. They're not going to work for us. The way we were taught how to do this, how to do that, I doubt if it'll work because it's so fast. And we have to be so ready in today. That means just in the now all the time. When you're in today, you are so present to that, there's a lot of flexibility you have. So you can change your tomorrow according to what is going on today, right? So if we have these future plans, a lot of them, and black and white, and then today something else happens, you don't know, you're totally out of your zone, comfort zone. You don't know how now it will match that. So you've got this big goal of relationship or money. All of a sudden you're diagnosed with something, or all of a sudden you lose relation or money or whatever. It's just a misfit. So we don't need to be lost. That we've been lost for so long already. We don't need to be lost. And then we don't need to find ourselves. So the easy part is, because where are we going to find ourselves? You know, we've spent so many years, and New Age seekers and spiritual seekers are finding themselves. So you have to find something you've lost. Otherwise, there's nothing to find. It's just seeing it. Oh yeah, I see it. That's it. So when you see this beauty, you see it everywhere, you see it. Now there's nothing to change in you. This has a self-correcting quality. The beauty will become the predominant quality in your life and also in others. And it's very contagious. Yeah. So these are some of the shortcuts and some of the strategies that are working right now for people. I'm going to soon start a radio talk show, and it'll be, the first one is December 4th, but we'll inform everybody. So it's the new soul science. It's all about these. It's 5 declarations that we've made that if we just remember these, that's all we need to do. There's no work. It's just remembering and recognizing that, oh yeah, this shift has happened, yes. So just recognizing, yeah, I see it, I see it, I see it. 5 times you see 5 truths, I see it. You start to live it.
Actually, it's really interesting because I just read Richard Branson's daily routine. Someone had asked him what he does every day. And he said exactly what you did, Ruby. He said, I have a morning routine. I'm up at 4:30.
Yes.
He goes, I love the morning. He said, I'm out there doing exercise for an hour. I come back, I eat, and then he said, by that time, my wife will be up, and so I join her for tea. And then he'll check his Facebook messages and do business because where he is in the British Virgin Island. He even said, I turn my phone off.
Yeah, you have to turn off the phone.
If someone like him can turn his phone off, anybody can.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then during the day, he doesn't have a routine. He allows the present moment to be whatever it is. And then at night, he has a small routine.
So what happens? So starting at nighttime, and many people are doing this very successfly. Yeah, it's just another habit. But when you get like 20 days, 30 days later, I think it takes about 45 days where you naturally just would not want to sleep in, you know. It doesn't matter how late you go to bed, you would wake up. So it takes about 45 days, I think, to change that, you know, habit. And if we could just push ourselves, it totally changes the quality of time. Because we are we've talked about the good news of these times, that when in times that are as fast as this, we feel really rushed if we don't understand what's happening. We feel out of control, right? But when we step into this routine, we are so present also, and we are so flexible and peaceful, because we've done our daily ritual, which has set us, molded us in a certain way. Now we can actually start to, and we're flexible, we can change very quickly. And these times, we will need to change a lot, because situations are not as predictable as they were before. If you notice, even people, how quickly they're changing their minds, how quickly people are out of jobs, in a job, in a relationship, all of a sudden not in a very unpredictable times. So in these, the strategy is to be good set of habits, which are easy, which we're already doing, but it just little bit mindfulness and little bit waking up in the morning and nighttime. And once you wake up morning, you'll sleep early too. You won't have those late nights, and then it just sets itself. But it's amazing. There's no work needed. I'm honestly telling you, I've looked at this, I've experienced this. In these times, all strategies have shifted. So your question, how does one change a belief system? No need to. Don't waste your time. There's nothing to understand. Whatever we understand has changed so much. Even we're changing at a fast speed. You try and understand yourself, you're also not the same. Because there's been a physical shift in time. There's been a physical shift in frequency and dimensions. So that means in this fastness, that means we can learn fast, we can grasp, we can comprehend. We don't need years and years to practice. You can learn language very quickly. You can learn, whatever you want to learn very quickly now. It's no longer long-run practices. So this is really good news. And how does that feel to know that? Maybe waking up, maybe a little stressed thought that how will you wake up in the morning?
Well, and I think too, going back to the question, it's just kind of, I think people are feeling lost because they will think that they choose something that they love, and then a month later they'll go like, well, I'm not interested in that anymore. I think that's part of the flow that people are going through.
Yes.
So instead of getting stuck in that,
yes,
just let it go.
It's not about what you want anymore. Yeah. Times have changed. We've got to recognize, what do you want to do?
Yeah.
Tell me, what do you want to do? Don't tell me what you want to achieve in the end. Mm-hmm. Yes, there's got to be goals. Yes, there's got to be some sense of why you're doing what you're doing. But flexibility is the key. Yeah. Because there's so many different strategies and so many new ways, cutting edge technology to achieve even what you want, Yeah. So we have to be open-eyed and flexible. So none of those old things are actually going to work. We're changing our minds so quickly. You're absolutely right. Yeah. We want something, we don't want it now. So there's a flimsiness around everything, Yeah.
And I think
even eating habits. You've noticed that? Eating habits too.
And I think people that don't understand that are they're using the vocabulary of I'm lost. Because I can't make up my mind. I can't make a decision. I think I want this.
Yes.
So they're not seeing
the
other side of it.
They can't see because nobody has told them yet about the change. Nobody has broadcasted this. It's not mainstream spiritual modality yet. The spiritualists are not talking about it, a lot of them. It's a whole new science. It's a whole new way of inner being that is coming into place. And you won't hear too many people talking about it. Maybe there's one or two, few, in the world who few are talking, So it will become mainstream. By another 2 years, or I'm sure it'll actually we'll have strategies like this. So they are bound to feel lost because nobody has informed them that, oh, it's okay, this has happened, and think this way. Yeah. Thinking is very important right now. because you do need quality time to think out your stuff. And self-reflection, you don't need so much of that, actually. It's more, okay, what am I going to do? I'll think it, action plan. And it's all through action. If you don't take those bold steps, if you're not just action will replace self-reflection at some point. Yeah. So this is really good news, actually.
Cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. Well, I'm sure people out there are listening and they'll share this video so their friends are not feeling so lost. They can help them see the beauty. When you can see the beauty, show somebody else how to see beauty. How easy is that? That can you just see beauty in something? In whatever. How easy is that? And you share it with someone and they start to do it and they start to do it and another, and that's how it spreads. Yeah. So what else? If not, we can, another question, or we can start a meditation. Ready?
Yeah.
For some good meditation? Okay, no sleeping. We had a few people checking out. They got very comfortable last time.
Yeah, that's great.
Okay. So your back should be straight.
If I come, Sylvia.
So back straight, spine straight, head, shoulders are back. Great. Get comfortable in your bodies. So see yourself head to toe. Just spend a minute on the body, just as if watching yourself or walking down inside you from head to toe. And just telling yourself that I am where I need to be. I have come here with a purpose. I want to connect to my soul, to my highest self. I will not be hijacked. I will not be removed by any thought or feeling. I will remain still. I will not sleep. So just making up your mind. It's a nice command to the body and mind. And I want you to start by focusing on sounds outside you. So it could be any sound from the room or the house. So just listen to the sounds outside. Focus on the sounds. Don't try and analyze the sound. Don't try and understand it. Just move from sound to sound. Move your attention within the body. Focus on the sounds inside the body. Could be the heartbeat, the pulse, any other movement. But again, do not try and understand or address that sound. Simply move from sound to sound. Focus all your attention now on the tip of the tongue. Bring the entire focus to the tip of the tongue. If your mind wanders, come back to the tip of the tongue. Let the tongue relax in the mouth. Focus your attention on the back of the tongue. Great. On the entire tongue, the entire tongue. This is one organ, your tongue, which will bring silence, quietness, and it stills the body. Yet you'll be present, fully present within. Great. Let us move to the heart. All focus on the heart. If you need to start by touching your right hand, just palm to the heart, you can. So you know exactly where you're breathing from, focusing upon. It just helps people if you can, some people, if they can touch the heart. Don't get tired though. You can bring your hand down on the thighs when you need to. Great. Rhythmic breathing. Rhythmic breathing is equal breath, inhale and exhale. Smooth, soft, buttery breath. Mouth is closed, breathing through the nostril. You'll feel cool air in the nostril. Breath is touching the belly, going down. Beautiful inhale, beautiful exhale. Soon you'll be in the rhythm, in the flow. So keep your focus on the heart. It's the biggest, the most potent electric field, magnetic field. Focusing on it makes your energy coherent, clear, rhythmic, strong signals to the brain, down into the body. I'm going to repeat a chant. Every time I repeat the chant, you will become still and more still, connecting deeper and deeper to the soul. Namo Shiva. Om Namo Shiva. Om Namo Shiva. Into the depth of the soul. Body is quiet, mind is silent. If thoughts wander, go back to the heart. Visualize rainbow light in the left brain, left side of the brain. Let this healing light fill every cell in the left brain. This is a special healing today. You can imagine yourself being surrounded by masters of light, angelic force, enlightened beings. This light is coming as a blessing, so feel it in the left brain. Feel this light coming into the right brain, filling up the entire right brain. Both sides of the brain are equally filled with this light. So light and weight to be the same. Rainbow light flowing down into the throat, the back of the neck, taking away the stresses, the fears, the insecurities, going into the shoulders, left shoulder, right shoulder, both to be filled with healing light. This is a special healing light for you. It will remove the burdens, negativities from the environment, from within, from situations that you could not control or did not understand. Light moves down, front part of the body, back of the body, into the hips, left hip, right hip. Both hips to be filled with rainbow light. Body is becoming aligned, head to toe, or head to shoulders, shoulders to hips. Hips may feel heavy, let them sink into the chair or the ground. Rainbow light going down into the feet, through the legs into the feet. And from the feet, thousands of feet deep into the ground, the earth. Let the Mother Earth absorb your beautiful energy, your precious energy, your soul. Your energy rooting itself into the womb of the Mother Earth now. And very beautiful energy coming up from the earth back into the feet, legs, thighs, the entire body, and especially into the heart. So your heart can see beauty in every situation, in everyone and everything. Go back to the rainbow heart. Hold the focus there. You can touch the heart if you want. Rhythmic breathing, beautiful breathing. Beautiful mind, beautiful body, beautiful life. Today is perfect just the way it is. Let us magnify this energy. 3 times we will repeat the sound of Om together. You can place your right hand on the heart to really feel the heart. So bringing the peace, the joy, the beauty. So take a nice deep breath. Your heart has so much light, so much force. It can awaken many dimensions. It can look into many worlds while you're still present. You could be present everywhere, anywhere, be fully still and fully active. That is the power of the heart. So take a nice deep breath. Want to rub your hands and touch your body, head to toe 3 times. Blessing yourself, grounding yourself. So there's a very mystical part about today that has been my experience and the experience of many mystics too. There's so many worlds we can access because we are established in those worlds. It's not just one. So when we are in the today, when we are present to just how we described, and with this beauty, all of a sudden, those doors, those hidden dimensions start to open. You may start to see things that you could never, ever have seen before. You'll be amazed as to just with simple seeing this beauty and working with the heart, like we did today's meditation, you may actually have a whole different today than you ever had. And every day will be a different today, but a very magical one. Magical in the sense that it's just that you're able to access ideas, thoughts, inspirations through different dimensions where you are already established, but you can't right now access them because we don't have the map, we don't have the key, we don't even know where these hidden caves or doors are. So many worlds coexist, and we are so established in all these worlds. It'll be a shame to miss out. Human experiences is so special because we can access all these fields of intelligence and energy and worlds all at the same time in human form. This is the power, this is the gift of being human, that we can do that.
Because you just say being human, I thought it was exactly the opposite. I thought it was actually our physical body that kind of keeps us in that thing, prevents us to access all the worlds, right? You kind of have to leave your physical prison in the mind to
yes.
get those things.
If you look at the physical body, what is the physical body? It's just cells. It's trillions and trillions of molecules put together. So we're not like one physical, if you look at energy, we're always moving, right? So so we are already actually vibrating at many different frequencies already. So the body is already established. It's not a solid body like it seems to be. So because of these molecules and cells, which are everywhere, the entire universe is cosmos, we are able to access that when there is an ease, when the body energy is fluid and flexible. But when the mind becomes strong, stubborn, At that time, it becomes like fixated on something. So even though you have the access, you're not able to see that. How many people can see beauty in chaos? They only see chaos. Why? Because of their memory of what chaos is, or whatever their perception of what losses could be, right? People don't get there. They can see beauty in everything, but they won't because they're used to, they're trained. It's just behavior now. They're used to looking at the chaos, seeing that first. How do we get the negative thought first? A lot of people will think automatically negatively first, then they correct it. And how many people you've met who say, I have great intuition, I have this psychic intuition, but I only see accidents. I only see things that are breaking apart. They can't get to the positive stuff. So the body has this brilliant, how it's made up, just properties of what it's made up. It's everything and in everything. So we are able to, with this flexibility and ease that we've experienced today, we can actually just float. It's a floating consciousness. We can just see. Now, a lot of these worlds that have, a lot of people have had spiritual experiences where in a dream state, they've entered different worlds. The birds are different, or different type of people, or all of a sudden different type of language, different intelligence, you know. But we are able to communicate, and we have very beautiful experiences. So the old yogis, the spiritualists would visit these worlds because it was part of their makeup. And that's how they just knew all these worlds. They knew so much because they had accessed this conscious knowledge while living in human form. So what would you do with this knowledge if you didn't have the body? It wouldn't be any use. It's only this knowing these worlds are only of use to you while you have the body. What's the point if you don't have a human body to be everywhere? Because everything is everywhere anyways. A human body is that gift where you can actually see it and you can create, you can replicate it, you can apply that wisdom, you can apply that knowledge. And it's very beautiful because it's just the codes, different codes to different planes of consciousness, different languages. But today has that power. And if we just start to slowly move towards that flexibility, that floating consciousness, we can actually have the most beautiful experience of life. Mm-hmm. And then we are not waiting for tomorrows, because that's a very painful way to live, and you have to keep waiting for something to happen, something better to happen, something good to happen, right? So how does that feel? Any questions? And do we have also the time? I don't. Pardon?
No, go ahead.
What time is it?
It's 8:15.
Oh, is it? Yeah.
Okay, so it's closing time, but we can just take if there's one question or something.
I still have trouble with the physical and the emotion because, first when I started to get into that, I was reading about afterlife experiences.
Yes.
People are on an operating table and stuff, but they always have to leave the body to do that, to see that, to travel.
Yeah.
So I it's just new to me now that the body is still kind of like.
Yes, if you were to read on books written by spiritualists, you will find the experiences I'm talking about. Just having a near-death experience may not be, it is definitely sometimes in body, out of body, we don't know, it's a different consciousness. But it doesn't give you a whole spiritual transformation all the time. So if you want to read books like that, you would probably go back to those enlightened people who have, written. Who would those be? Yoganand has powerful experiences. And who was the Swami? Was it Rama? Swami Rama. Swami Rama had very... the Himalayan Masters. His book is Himalayan Masters. I think New Age Bookstore may have it too. The Himalayan Masters. And if you also read works of Swami Radha, who had an ashram or still has it in Kootenai, she would write about these experiences, how she even meets her guru on these planes, you know, in these worlds. Swami Radha, Radha. She was, she passed away in Canada. Her ashram is in the Kootenays. But many, many, many others. It's been, so you would have to actually go to those spiritual beings who have described some of these experiences. And why do we want to go there? Because we want to know that this possibility is real. We want to use all possibilities, right? It just opens different opportunities. So human body always has been considered the most brilliant effect of consciousness. Yeah. Yes, yes. And you know what? We may have some of the books. If we do, we may have some of the books in our library, so you can pick some up from here. There's some upstairs too. Yeah. Okay, I think we'll close here. It's time, and people out there, it's we've enjoyed every moment of this year, but Thursday nights will continue, so we'll keep posting them from wherever we are. We'll do posts, we'll do Facebook Live, so keep the energy going. So we won't leave you for too long. We'll always be present, and I'll definitely tell you about the radio show, because it's really bright and upcoming, and it's got the science of a whole new science and strategies. It's just brilliant conversations and brilliant content, really, that we're bringing for the first time starting 2018. So that is our today. We stop here. Namaste. Yeah. God bless. Yeah. See you soon.